right, we'll admit her and she's in. All right, so for education this morning, we're going to talk about conserving energy. Sounds like I'm doing a physics class, conserving energy. Not really. It is, yes, it definitely is. So we talked a little bit about it last time, and part of the thing is when you have arthritis, it takes more energy to do everyday things than it does if you don't have arthritis. And so when you're doing things, it's easier to get fatigued when you've got the arthritis than when you don't. So, you know, you can't sell yourself short in terms of, sorry, I'm trying to do two things at the same time here. I got to change my view. There we go. So you can't sell yourself short in terms of trying to use more energy than you have. So what are some of the ways that we can use to conserve our energy as we're doing things? Consolidate trips. Yep, we talked about planning out your day a little better, plan rest breaks in between things. One of the other ones that I think is really good is using our bigger muscles when possible. For instance, when we're picking something up, instead of trying to use our back muscles that can be weaker, try to use your big thigh muscles when you pick something up, because these have a lot more, energy in them than our littler muscles do. It can, but that's why the more you do it, sometimes the better off you are. So again, it's a personal thing. You've got to kind of judge it, what you can do and what you can't do, but try to use the bigger muscles when possible, or use this muscle, right? This muscle is what you use to come up with, right? So do that. Also use special tools. How many of you have a grabber? Right? A grabber is our friend, right? So that we don't have to, if we've got a sore shoulder, we don't want to do too big of a range of motion, but if we can make our arm this much longer by using a grabber to grab what's up here, that can be a good idea, right? The other thing you can do, and I was going to bring one, they make these foam things that are about this long, that are about this big around, and they've got a hole in them, okay? They are really good for putting on something like if you have to do something with your hands and you have arthritis in your hands, it can be good to put your pen inside of it so you don't have to grab a small item. It actually builds up the pen so that you can hold like this. And I've got one in my car and I wish I had brought it, unless it's in, yeah, I can't get to it. I'll try to remember it next time to just show you. But it's really handy because a lot of people, when you try to write too much, your hand, it's hard to get your hand to close around, or when you're eating, to have a fork, or you're working in the kitchen and you're working with a knife or something and you don't want to put too much pressure on your hands, that can help. So those little things can come in handy. Avoid deforming positions. So what you want to do is you don't want to stay, like if you're gardening and you're sitting down and you're gardening, you don't want to stay here too long, right? You're going to garden and you're going to pick up things and you're going to stay here, and you stay here too long and then suddenly you're stuck here, right? It's hard to get back up. So work in breaks. So work in doing this for a couple minutes and then sitting up and then maybe stretching your arms up overhead, moving a little bit before you go back to doing it again. Okay. I am notorious for starting a task and saying I'm going to finish the task even if I feel discomfort, and I'm really trying to teach myself to be better that way, to not do that. Okay. So that's really important. So let's go ahead and let's start to do our joint check warm up today. And the joint check warm up today, we are going to do something a little different. So let's stand up for joint check warm ups. If you've got your leg weights, make sure that they're not where you're going to trip over them. Okay, we're going to put those on later. All right. So let's just walk around a little bit. Again, watch your weights, pay attention to where your weights are, walk around, because it's better for your body to walk around than it is to just walk in place. So walk around a little bit. Okay, now as you're walking around, can you do some bicep curls? Just bend your elbows, walk around and bend your elbows. Okay. Now when you bend your elbows, can you start with hands open and palms out front? And when you bring your hands up, have your palms face out. So your palms are always facing out, and just keep walking and keep turning your palms out. Now as you walk, can you do some wrist circles? Just do some wrist circles, go one way, then go the other way. All right. And let's do some, if you can, now take your arms and have your arms bent up so your upper arms are by your side, and bring your arms back and just kind of bring them back this way. Okay, so you're not lifting here as much as you're just kind of straightening out that arm. And what you want to do is you want to feel that tricep on the back of your arm activating. Can you feel it stretching a little bit, working a little bit? All right. Now the last one we're going to do is we're going to do an upward row. So just kind of pull up like you're rowing some oars. You can row them out this way if you want. I used to love getting in the rowboat at my parents' house and rowing around the lake and seeing how fast I could go and see if I could really go in a straight line or whether one arm was stronger than the other. And then you'd get tricky and you'd go one way and one the other and see how fast you could go in circles. Okay. All right. And now do the upright row, and you're going to pull them up this way. Okay. Can you feel those arms all moving? All those muscles working? And our shoulders working? All right. And let's sit in our chair. We're going to do a little bit with our legs to do range of motion with our legs. Okay, and let's put our left leg out, and let's just do some ankle circles with that leg. Go the other direction. Do the other leg. Ankle circle one way. Then ankle circle the other way. Now let's go back to the first one and let's change it up a little bit. As you do a circle, if these are my toes, when your toes go down, curl them. When your toes come up, lift them. Go slow and get that motion. Can you feel how that takes some more effort and some more concentration? And go the other way and curl them and lift them and curl them and lift them. So we're doing a twofer there, right? We're doing our toes and our ankles all at the same time. Let's switch legs and do the same thing. So curl your toes and lift your toes, and curl your toes and lift your toes. Ooh, my feet are making noises. Go the other direction, same thing, curl your toes and lift your toes. I have to do this slow because I can't get my toes to do things as fast as I can get my ankle to do them. That's right. We're working everything, right? All right, very cool. Last one we're going to do is we're going to do some knee circles to loosen up our hips a little bit. So you're just going to weight transfer over to the right side, lift that left leg and do a couple of circles one way, then do it the other way. Okay, and then switch legs and go one way and go the other way, just trying to get everything moving. All right, put both feet down. Take your left leg and bring it out to the side and in. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. Don't go too far. You're just trying to get the fluid going in that joint. Let's do the other side. Doesn't it feel good to move? The first one or two sometimes feels kind of like, oh my gosh, can I do this? But then after you do it a couple times, it's like you get that lubed up and it's like, oh, I can do this. All right, very good. Now just take and sit up nice and tall, okay? And can you move your torso around a little bit? I heard that. Go the other way. All right. Very good. We're getting everything moving. And look over your left shoulder, straight ahead and over your right shoulder, straight ahead and over your left, straight ahead and over your right. We're just trying to get everything moving a little bit. All right. Now look straight ahead and tilt your ear to your shoulder. Try to keep the shoulders down, relax the neck, come up straight, go the other way. And up straight. And up straight. Just feels good to move. Our body's meant to move, and so much of what we do, we don't move, right? All right, time to start our range of motioning and strengthening, okay? Believe it or not, we're on our 10th class already. So we're gonna start with our chin tuck. So you remember the chin tuck? You're gonna sit tall and proud. Try to think about being balanced, have the same amount of weight on both sits bones. Try to have your shoulders level. Try to have your ears back so that they're over your shoulders, okay? And now you're gonna place your finger on your chest bone, the other finger on your chin, and pull your chin back away from that finger. Hold it for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Now, are you still relaxed in your shoulders? Pull back again. 2, 2, 3, and relax. We're gonna do 7, so count with me. Pull back. 3, 2, 3, and relax. Pull back. 4, 2, 3, and relax. 5, 2, 3, and relax. 6, 2, 3, and relax. One more time. 7, 2, 3, and relax. Who can feel those muscles in the back of your neck now? Okay, I can feel those too. So we want to concentrate on keeping those relaxed. So let's go ahead and roll those shoulders around. Get them to relax. Let's roll the left shoulder. Let's roll the right shoulder and roll them both. Let's shrug them up and exhale and let them down. Oh, that feels so good. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. Oh, we're so good at that. All right. So now we're going to do an overhead arm reach. So let's bring our arms up out to the side. Go up as high as you're comfortable, but don't go past the point of pain. Now, again, think about balance. Think about being balanced and doing the same amount on each side. Are you sitting balanced on your chair? Are your shoulders over your hips? Are your ears over your shoulders? Then bring your arms up. Try to stay balanced the whole time. Go as high as you're comfortable. Don't go higher than you think you should. Okay, everybody's body is different. 2, and down. And if you can, try to go a little bit higher if you can, but don't go past if you've got pain, that's not where we're going. We're at 5, I think, and down. And 6, are your shoulders relaxed even though you're lifting them? Down. Last one. 7, and down. I'll never forget one of the ladies who came to the roll your shoulders back, who came to my class, and she said, "Look." And I said, "What does that mean to you?" And she said, "I had a stroke and I couldn't get that arm up here before your class." And she could actually lift it straight up over her head. And to her, that was just everything. And to me, that was like, wow. So next one we're going to do is our, let's do our hip walk. So we're going to interspace our arms with our lower body. So just lift a hip and bring it back as far as you can, and lift and pull back. When you get to the back of your chair, go forward. Feel all the muscles in your belly working. Feel the flexibility in your hips. When you lift it, try to lift it as high as you can, bring it back as far as you can, or forward as far as you can. And you're just trying to get as much mobility in those hips as you can, and you're building strength in your torso, in your core. All right. And we'll go forward one more time. Now, can you feel those thigh muscles working do that. Go back again. See if you can feel your hips and your thigh muscles working. Okay, because your thigh muscles are help moving those hips. Okay, and let's stay at the front. And we're going to do an arm swing. So our arm swing today, let's make 8s. Let's just do 8s. 2, 3, and switch which arm is on top when you crisscross. 4, 5, 6. How big of 8s can you make on the ends? 7 and 8. All right. And now let's go ahead and do both arms from one side to the other side. Whee! Sorry, couldn't resist. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, can you keep your torso pointed straight ahead as you do it? 6, 7, and 8. See, you can do that a whole lot of different ways because you can turn up this way and turn and do it, right? Or you can do it where you keep your torso in one place and you're making your shoulders be the only thing that's doing the work. So it's a matter of how you decide to do that. All right. So let's do our abdominal tightener. So we're going to sit tall and proud. Okay. Remember how important our abdominal muscles are, right? Our abdominal muscles are like our girdle that's holding, you figure it's holding all of your intestines and everything where they belong, right? Because the muscles are holding the bones where you want them and everything. And that's why it's important that you don't slump, right? Because when you're slumping, you're squishing all that stuff that's in there that you don't want to squish. And your torso is where a lot of your strength can come from. So we're going to sit tall and proud, try to have our shoulders over our hips, our ears over our shoulders. So you're pulling that chin back, okay? And then you're going to pull those abdominal muscles in towards your spine as much as you can, and you're going to hold it for a count of 3. Count out loud with me. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Now, when I do that, where I feel it is right here. I don't want to feel it there, okay? That's not good for my back. So I'm going to make sure I tuck my tailbone under. Then I'm going to tighten my belly. Then I don't feel it back here. And I'm going to count 2, 2, 3, and relax, okay? So tuck your tailbone, tighten. We're at 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Tuck, tighten. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Tuck and tighten. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. We're going to do 2 more. Tuck your tailbone, tighten. We're at 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. One more time. Tuck your tailbone, and we're going to tighten. And we're at 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Who feels tired from doing those? I feel tired. When I do those, my abdominal muscles feel tired when I'm done, okay? So come out toward the front of the chair a little bit. Take both hands and put it on the back of the chair and lean forward and stretch out your chest and kind of stick out your belly and let it relax and breathe deeply. And let yourself come back up to neutral. All right. Now we're going to do our diagonal arm reach. So we're going to start with our palms facing forward. Okay. And we're going to bring one arm up over, crisscross, and back down, and then do the other arm. Crisscross. That's 1. Keep going. 2 and down. 2 and down. 3 and down. 3 and down. 4 and down. 4 and down. Now, do you notice that one arm goes up and over easier than the other? 5 and down. 5. That one for me is harder.
Yes.
6 and down. 6 and down. See, we're different. 7 and down, 7 and down. All right, roll those shoulders back again. All right, now let's throw another one in here. Let's anchor our elbows to our side, our palms are facing up, and let's stretch those shoulder rotators a little bit more. And we're just gonna rotate the hands out, keeping the elbows in tight, and bring it back in. And that's just stretching the shoulder rotator muscles. 3, 4, and 5. We're practicing for passing the dish for Thanksgiving. Pass it and pass it, right? That's what I think of every time we do this. I'm weird, but that's what I think about. All right. So now let's do the other diagonal reach. So the first one we did was up and over. So now we're going to take, I got to think about these. So now we're going, from hip, and we're drawing our sword and down. Hip and draw. Hip and draw. We're at 4, 5, reach up as far as you can. 6, really get a stretch going. And 7, switch arms, crisscross your 1, 2. I can feel this really stretching my arms. 3, reach high. 4, 5, try to get straightening of the elbow because our elbow tends to contract. 6, 1 more, and 7. Roll those shoulders again. Let's shrug them up and exhale. One more time. I just like doing that. Anyway, all right, now we're gonna do the abdominal strengthener. So we're gonna come out toward the front of our chair. Okay, we practice tightening these belly muscles, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tuck our tailbone. Let me turn to the side a little bit. You're gonna tuck your tailbone, and then you're gonna tighten those belly muscles and lean back a little bit and use those muscles to pull you up. 1, make sure your tailbone's tucked. Pull up. 2, count with me as we're going up. 3, 4, keep that tailbone tucked the whole time. If you're feeling it in your lower back, stop. 5, 6, and last one, 7. Now the next progression for that, if you're interested, and I just show you this so you can do it at home if you'd like, is after you go back and you come up, reach to that opposite leg. And what that does is instead of working just the muscles that are up here on the side, it works the ones that go crisscross, and you'll feel a difference. Okay, so that's when you can do on your own. That can be the next version up. All right, let's stand up and let's everybody get a drink. And the next set we're gonna do at the wall. So everybody find yourself a wall after you get your drink. I'm going to use the post. I'm going to turn this a little bit so you can see. There's a pole right there. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm a pest like that. I'm asking him not to use the drywall walls. All right, so the first one we're going to do is going to be a wall push-up. Okay, so what I want you to do, actually, you know what? I'm gonna come over there next to you. Let me see if I can get that on there. All right. Woo! Don't trip on the cords. All right, so everybody face the wall, and you want to put your hands shoulder height, shoulder width apart. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to walk back with your feet a little bit to where you're comfortable. And remember, the farther back your feet are, the more work you're doing. So you may not want to go back too far. Okay. And then you're going to take and you're just going to bend your elbows and bring your head toward the wall and then push away. And you're going to count as you push. We're going to do 7. Okay. So bend, push. 2, keep your back as straight as you can. Don't let your butt stick up. 3. Was that 4? 4, okay. 5. Push away 6. Push away 7. Okay, bring your feet forward again. Shake out your wrists. I tend to feel that in my wrists when I do that, okay? So if you feel that in your wrists, go ahead and do what we call a stop sign stretch. Put your left hand out, straighten that arm, okay? Put your fingers around behind those fingers and pull those fingers back and feel the stretching in the wrist, okay? This is really good if your wrists are sore when you do that, okay? Then flip the hand down, cover the middle knuckles. This arm is straight. Cover the middle knuckles and then pull the hand back and feel the stretch on the back of the wrist. This is really, really a good stretch to do. Okay. Switch to the other hand. Arm is straight. Pull back those fingers with the other hand. Breathe. Okay. Flip the hand down. Cover the middle knuckles. Pull back. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed as we do this. Keep the neck relaxed. Breathe and shake out those hands. Okay, let me look at the next one we're going to do. I should have brought my cheat sheet with me. All right. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to do the wall arch. So you're going to stand with your side to the wall, and then just walk your fingers up as high as you can. And when you get to the top, walk them down as far as you can. And walk them back up. We're going for 2. Really reach at the top. This is a good way to increase your range of motion in your shoulders. 4 and down. 5, it works your chest muscles. And down, it stretches out those. Let's do 2 more. 6 and down, and 1 more time. And 7 and down. Now let's go ahead and turn and put the other side to the wall and do the other arm. Walk that arm up. 1 and down. And 2 and down. And 3. Don't go farther than you feel like you should. Everybody's shoulders are all different. Your chest muscles are different. 5, I think, and down. Sometimes I lose count. 6. Val can attest to that. And down. And last one. 7 and down. All right. Now the next one, if you want to go against the drywall walls, you can, because we're going to do wall slides. So you don't want to do it against that. It'll tear your clothes up. So if you want to come across these walls here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start against the wall. Okay. And you're going to put your back against the wall, and you're going to bring your feet out away from the wall by leaning on the wall. Okay. And you can have your feet out maybe about 12 to 18 inches. Have your back against the wall, and you're going to bend your knees and slide down the wall, and then pull yourself back up and down. Just go down as far as you want and up. I can't slide on this really well. Down and up and down and up. I'm sticking versus sliding. Last one. All right. I did not do that really coordinatedly. All right. Let's see. All right, we can come back to our chairs. And we're going to do a calf stretch. So stand behind your chairs, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to start with your feet together and then bring one leg back. When you bring that leg back, push that back heel to the floor, look at it, make sure it's not turned in. You want it to be straight. And then bend that front knee and push that back heel down. And right now I've got the back leg pretty straight. Okay, knees locked, not locked, but it's straight. Okay, and press that back knee down till you feel a good stretch in that calf in the back leg. Okay, and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's straighten the front leg, bring the front leg, the back leg forward, bring the other leg back. Okay. And again, we're going to bend the front knee, push the back heel to the floor. Feel that great stretch in the back calf. Make sure that back heel is not turned in. Breathe into where you're trying to stretch. So imagine the breath going all the way down to that calf and relaxing that calf. And then straighten that front leg and bring that back leg forward again. All right. We're going to go back to the first one. Okay. Bring the first leg back again. The leg is straight back, is the heel is straight back, right? So you don't want to have the back heel turned in. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bend the front knee first. You're pushing the back heel to the floor. Now lift the back heel and bend that back knee. And push that back heel backwards and see if you can feel the stretch way down here at the very base of the calf. Okay. So both knees are bent this time and your back heel is off the floor and you're pushing it backward, trying to feel that stretch way down in the bottom of the calf. Okay. Bring that back foot forward again and switch feet. Again, start with the back leg straight, heel pressed to the floor. The heel is straight behind you. Bend the front knee, feel the stretch in the calf, bend the back knee, lift the back heel, push the back heel back and feel that stretch farther down in the calf. And breathe. You're not doing anything much. You're just one or two things. All right. And come on back up straight. Stand next to your chair and just do toe lifts, then heel lifts. Toes and heels. Toes and heels. 3 and heels. 4 and heels. Feel those legs working. When you go up on your toes, push through the big toe and up. Keep those ankles from rolling out. 2 more. And that's it. All right. Now we're going to sit down and we're going to put our weights on. Okay. Don't use weights if you don't want to. Do not use more weights than you should. People in this class should be using 1 or 2 pounds, probably more than enough. The problem is if you go too much too fast, you can hurt yourself or you make yourself go backwards a little bit. You put a little bit too much strain on the muscles. All right, once you have your weights on, we're going to stand up. Okay. Make sure your box is either under your chair or out of your way. Now remember, the weights are here. So the things that we work on in the arthritis classes, we work on range of motion, right? We want to get our joints to be able to go through a full range of motion or as big a range of motion as we can. We want to work on flexibility because as we get older, our muscles get shorter. We tend to not move them as much, so then they keep getting shorter. So we have to increase that flexibility. We also want to work on increased strength, which is what we're working on today. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is we're going to stand behind our chair. Okay, and we're going to hold on to the chair and we're going to do what we call hamstring curls. So you're going to concentrate on keeping the front of your thighs at the same distance, and you're trying to lift your heel so you can kind of kick your butt and down. If it tends to cramp, don't go up too far too fast. Okay. So we're going to go 1, 2, count with me, 3. Try to keep those thighs at the same level. 5, 6, last one, 7. Let's switch to the other one. Weight transfer to the left foot. Kick the right up behind you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So think about the front of your muscles. What are these muscles here called? These are your quadriceps, right? These are your thigh muscles. These are your quadriceps. You always want to balance out the strength between the front and the back and the opposing muscles. So these are the front ones, and our hamstrings go down the back of our thighs. So we tend to forget about these a lot. We build these up because they do all the lifting, but these are also important. So we have to keep our hamstrings strong yet flexible. Okay. So now we're just gonna, so now I want you to march, but I don't want you to march in place. I want you to march and march around. So you're using a natural motion, just lift those knees as high as you're comfortable, okay? Because we want to use them in a natural way, okay? This is good for balance too, okay? And that's probably about enough. Come back to your chair. Okay. And now we're going to, how do your legs feel now? Do they feel tired at all? Mine do from putting these on. Now I've got 3-pounders, but I can feel the muscles in my legs feeling fatigued. Okay. They're feeling tired. So I know that I've got more than enough weight that I'm using right now on my legs. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the side leg lift. So as you do the side leg lift, I'm going to turn this that way so you can see it. So what I want you to do is we're going to weight transfer to our right leg, and we're going to keep this side of your body straight. So I don't want this hip to go out. Okay. So I just want this leg to lift up just a little bit so that I feel the muscle activate. Put your hand on the outside muscle of that leg. Right down on the outside of your thigh. And when you lift, you can feel that muscle tighten and back in too. And you're trying to keep that torso really straight. If you have a balance issue, you can kind of put it out and rest it and bring it back in if you want. So 3 and in, 4 and in. Try to keep the torso as still as you possible. 6 and 7. Okay. Switch to the other side of the chair. We'll do the other side. Okay. And again, you're trying to keep this side of your body straight. So you're not, because our body will do what it thinks it needs to do to make you look like you're supposed to do it. Right. So your instinct is to go, okay, I'm going to get it up there. Okay. And I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get it up there. But we want this muscle here to be doing the work. So we have to concentrate on keeping everything else stable. Okay. So here we go. You ready? Weight transfer to the left, lift the right and down. 2, count with me. 3,
4,
5, 6, and 7. All right. Now let's give them a break. And we're just going to do heel toe and kind of swing our hips as we do it. And just let everything stretch a little bit. Okay. Because we've got muscles that run. We've got what we call an IT band, and it runs from the outside of our hip to the outside of our tibia down here. So when you do this, you're actually stretching that muscle that you were just strengthening. So we strengthened it, and now we want to stretch it a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to do a back leg slide. Okay, so the back leg slide, I'm going to turn to the side. You're going to keep your feet parallel, okay, and they're shoulder width apart. And you're just going to slide your left foot back, keep your toe in contact with the ground, and then bring it forward. Slide it back, 2, bring it forward. Now, as you do this, try not to arch your back, okay? We want to keep our back here, and all the motion happens from here down, okay? It's not happening from here up, okay? So you're sliding back and in. 4, and in. 5, you can feel that tushy tightening. 6, and back. 7, and relax. Let's do the other side. Here we go. 1, don't arch that lower back again. 2, 3, motion all happens from the hip down. 4, 5, 6, last one, 7. All right, let's go back and do our heel toe again and swing those hips. Give everything a break, okay? All right, the next one we're gonna do is the knee bend and straightener. So now and you may need to stand to the side of your chair because you're gonna be kicking forward and otherwise you'll kick your chair, okay? So now you're just gonna lift your leg and you're gonna kick it out and bend it under. Kick and bend, kick and bend. 3, 4, 5, 6,
6,
and 7. Switch the other foot, weight transfer to the left, kick and pull the right. 1, 2, 3. Which muscle are we working on this one? 5, 6, 7. Yes, we're working both the hamstring as we curl it back and the quadricep as we lift it forward, okay? All right. Now we're going to do a quad set. Let's sit down and take off the weights because we're done with the weights for now. And the next couple we can do here, we'll do sitting. Okay, the next one we're going to do is a quad set, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to sit toward the front of our chair, okay? So just our tushies on the chair. Let me put those down for you, Ann. I'll just take these to the front. See, I conserve energy. I could have put that on the floor, but if I put it on the floor, guess what I got to do? I got to pick it back up again, right? So I'm just going to, it's so funny. I do that with my husband all the time when we're working outside. He'll use a tool and he'll drop it on the ground. I said, you drop it on the ground, somebody's got to pick the dang thing back up again, right? So if we can lean it against something, then neither of us have to bend over. I'm picky sometimes. All right, so we're sitting out toward the front of our chair. We're going to put our left leg out straight in front of us. Bend the knee just a little bit, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to straighten the knee. You don't want to lock it, right? But you want to straighten it and tighten that quadricep. And we're going to hold the quadricep set and we're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax it, okay? So having the knee slightly bent and then straightening the knee tends to help people be able to constrict the quadricep. Some people can do it without even thinking about that, but I know after my knee surgery or when I let it, get really, what do they call it, atrophied, I had a heck of a time straightening it, doing a quad set. So tighten the quad, count to 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax and tighten. Count with me. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax, and tighten. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax, and tighten. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Try just to tighten this. You're not tightening your belly. You're not tightening your neck. You're not tightening your shoulders. Okay, here we go. You ready? Tighten. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Are you feeling that in your back, Marilyn? Okay, so if you feel that somewhere in your lower back, okay, make sure that you tuck your tailbone under. Protect that lower back. Okay, let's switch to the other leg. Okay, so tuck that tailbone under a little bit. Okay, bend the knee a little bit if you need to, and then tighten the quadricep. And we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make it kind of a game and see how hard you can tighten that muscle. Okay, tighten. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And tighten. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And try not to tighten the other one. I sometimes notice that I'm tightening them both. Okay, and tighten. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Is your neck still relaxed? Are you tall and proud, but keeping your tailbone tucked? I am so picky, aren't I? Ready? Tighten. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. See, what happens is I look and I see people doing this. So it makes me realize we've got to remind ourselves to be up here. Okay, here we go. Tighten. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And we'll do one more. All right, tuck your tailbone, tighten your quad. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Very good. While we're sitting here, we're going to do our hamstring and calf stretch. We've worked our legs a lot, so we're going to work on that. So go ahead, and as you're sitting out at the front of your chair, so just your tushies on the chair, you're going to keep the legs straight. Again, we don't want to hyperextend that knee. We want a soft knee. Okay, and thank you to Marilyn for reminding me to remind people to be a soft knee. Okay, you're sitting tall and proud. Okay, now take and pull that toe back toward the nose and feel the stretch in the calf. Can you feel the stretch in your calf doing that? Okay, stretch out that calf. Now fold your hands together and place them on your right thigh. Imagine somebody's pulling on your head and making you tall. Okay, now hinge at the hips and bring your chest towards your thighs and feel that stretch. When I do that, I feel it up the bottom of my foot, all the way up around my heel, up the calf, up to the bottom of my tushy. Okay, and feel that stretch all the way through there. And breathe. No holding your breath allowed. Okay. This is a good time to practice your 4, 2, and 8 breathing, which is inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 2, exhaling for 8. Mary Lou, you okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're okay. All right, she's okay. All right. Press on that right thigh and bring your body back up and switch to the other leg. Tall and proud. Pull that chin back so your ears are over your shoulders. I am so picky. Okay, pull that toe back toward the nose and feel that stretch in that calf to start with. Okay, tuck that tummy in, tuck the tailbone under, then hinge at the hips and bring your chest closer to your thighs. And your head, somebody's still pulling on your head to keep you tall. And you got to remember to breathe. Did I say that too? Practicing multitasking. Breathe. And press on that left leg and bring your torso back up. You know, and all the things that I remind you of, it's because I have to remind myself of those things so you can imagine just how much chatter is going on in this head, right? All right. Let's go ahead and do an overhead arm reach. Bring those arms up high. Exhale down. Bring those arms up again. Can you crisscross them and bring them down? Can you crisscross them in the bottom and bring them up again? Woo! We're going for a ride. And I told you I had too much caffeine this morning. And down. Actually, we're calling for SOS. We're looking for help. I'm just making sure you can if you need to. Okay. All right. And now let's bring our arms up in front. And can you bring them back a little bit? And bring them up. And bring them down. We're practicing our the wave. That's it. We're practicing the wave. All right. Very good. Rest the arms and roll the shoulders. Let's roll the left. Let's roll the right. And let's roll them both. We worked hard. All right. We did a lot more range of motion and strengthening than we usually do. That does contribute to endurance because we went from one to the other. Okay. So let's go to our relaxation. Okay. So the one we're going to do today, sit back in your chair. The one we're going to do is called memory and fantasy. So what I try to do is what they want us to do with this class is to give you the experience with various types of relaxation exercises. And that's why you see a variety of different ones. So this one to me is a little bit harder for me to imagine. So see if you can do better than me on this, okay? So here we go. So sit on your chair. You're welcome to close your eyes if you want. Try not to have your legs and arms crossed so that you can sense your body easier. You can close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Slowly exhale through your mouth. Again, take a nice deep breath in and slowly exhale. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. And notice yourself getting more and more relaxed. Go ahead and let all your tension melt away. You've worked hard today. You deserve this time to relax. In this relaxation exercise, you remember a past experience or create a new one with your imagination. This is for fun, and it's a way to allow yourself to relax. Imagine yourself in an environment where you feel secure, you feel comfortable, and you feel relaxed. This can be a place you remember. It can be a fantasy that you create, someplace you may want to go, or it can be a mixture of both a memory and imagination. Simply imagine whatever comes to your mind. Just experience it. Sometimes the environment will change during the exercise, and sometimes it'll remain the same. But place yourself in this environment and note how you're positioned. In your imagination, are you standing? Are you sitting? Are you lying down? In this secure, comfortable, and relaxed environment, look around you. Take in the panorama of colors, of forms, of textures. If you're outside, or you can see the outside, what season are you in? What time of day or night is it? And how's the weather? Look all around you. Imagine that you're outside yourself and you're able to look in front and behind, both sides of you, above you and below you. Look at the sky or the ceiling, the ground or the floor. Look in the distance, look up close. Are there other people with you in your place? Take in all that you wish to see. What sounds do you notice? Listen for sounds in the distance, sounds up close, all around you. What direction does the sound come from? In this secure, relaxed, and comfortable environment, is there anything that you can smell? If something to eat or drink presents itself, taste it fully. Notice its texture in your mouth. Is there anything or anybody that you're touching? How does it feel? How does the environment around you feel physically? Is it warm or cold or damp or dry? Do you feel movement in the air? How does it feel emotionally? How do you feel inside in this environment? We want it to be comfortable and safe and secure. Once again, take in the sights around you. They may have changed. Note the sounds, the smells, the tastes, the sights. Focus on the emotional feelings. You can go back to this place whenever you want, simply by sitting quietly and remembering this place in as much detail as possible. When you're done with this exercise, the goal is to feel relaxed and calm, yet alert and energized and ready to face the rest of your day. You can go ahead and open your eyes, blink your eyes and wake yourself up a little bit. Take a nice big deep breath and bring your arms up as you inhale. Exhale as you bring your arms down. Inhale as you bring your arms up, around, give yourself a hug. Remember that you're safe and you're secure, you're healthy, and open your arms. Take another big deep breath. Wrap your arms around the other way. Remind yourself that you're loved, you're valued, and you're full of purpose. And have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Jackie.
You're welcome, Ed.